In this video, we're going to go through some of the advanced reporting concepts in WHIR. Specifically, we're going to talk about how to set up your own custom summary definitions, which essentially allow you to filter your data the way you want and then summarize it for months and quarters. Then we're going to set up some dashboards that sit over the top of those custom reporting models. So anyone logged into WHIR with Report Administrator access will see under the configuration menu, custom summary definitions. Now, as their name suggests, this is what we create to define how we want to filter and slice our data in the way we want. That would typically be for something like funding reports or even some internal performance measurements and reporting. So what we're going to do is set up a simple one just for domestic violence. So we want to see just our domestic violence clients coming through in our statistics. So we do that by defining a filter, DV only, and you can see the filter allows us to define any number of parameters relating to ethnicity or circumstances to filter our clients. So let's find domestic violence. So we could say exclude all domestic violence and say no, or we say yes to include them. If we hit save and then we hit refresh, refresh will generate some of the data for us in monthly and quarterly summaries tab. So we can see here that the total domestic violence client count in August was 10, then it was 20, then 21. We can drill down into this a bit further. We can click on here and we can see that there's lots and lots of values that are produced for this particular data, and keeping in mind this is all filtered on domestic violence. So if we wanted the total CALD client count for this particular month, it would be 6 for domestic violence, okay, in August. We have the same sort of data produced, but just on a quarterly basis. And it's important to recognize that we can't just add up our monthly values, because if we had a client that was seeing the center for every single month, we would only want to count them once as a distinct client. So now we have our domestic violence reporting model, and we can see it's producing some of the data. We want to display it in a nice dashboard. So we can go to custom reports and let's create a new dashboard. So let's call this our DV dashboard. And what we want to do is let's just do our end of month summary. So we have our custom end of month summary. It's custom because we've customized it. What we'll simply do really with this is let's add a date filter. So we have lots and lots of data here to choose from. So we'll choose the end of month date, and we'll filter that and change it to month year to select. And then just for our some sort of indication, we'll do the total client count per month. So that gives us our total client per month in our filter. Then let's produce, say, a chart, and we'll filter this chart by total. I have the dates down the bottom. I'll use month and year, and again, let's do total clients. Maybe we'll have the total attended sessions. So there we go. We have the total attended sessions per month. Okay, we can also add, say, a table to add a bit more data here. So we might add our date again, do it by month. And let's add a few interesting fields here. So we'll do the total client count, the total closed clients, total attended sessions, and total cancelled and not attended sessions. So we can change the labels here to be a bit more descriptive. So let's just say we'll call this one month, tidy this up a bit. Total clients, total closed clients, total attended sessions, total cancelled, not attended sessions. So that's tidied up our grid a little bit there. Let's get rid of our caption. Yeah, I think that's looking good. We might even say, let's add a tab here. We'll put a tabbed panel. Let's add 2 tabs. Put a chart on one tab. Oops. And our table on the other. So we'll call our table some detailed views, and our chart will just call, let's just call that our summary. So we could keep adding charts and extra details and formats, but this gives you an idea of of how we can set our dashboard up and start reporting on these specific parameters, keeping in mind this is sitting over the top of that custom summary definition we just set up for domestic violence. So let's save that and let's create a new custom model. So we'll go back to our custom summary definitions and let's now do one for sexual assault. Sexual assault only. We want to create a filter for sexual assault only. Let's do that. Sexual assault. Save this and we'll refresh. Now we've got our monthly and quarterly summaries, but now they're filtered specifically on sexual assault. We can drill down into that and look at the specific details within that month. But let's go create another report or dashboard in our custom reports that does that for us. So let's do our sexual assault report. Again, we might set something similar up where we have a date range. We could even copy the existing one we just did and re-import it. So now we'll do that. Let's just for simplicity, let's just create a simple table. Month, year, and our total client count. Oops. Let's try that again. Total client count here. Tidy up our captions. So that's theoretically our sexual assault report. The problem is though, is this report, this dashboard, is actually gathering all data for all our custom summary definitions. So it's also including our sexual assault and domestic violence. So what we want to do is we want to filter this whole report based on our specific data definition. So we go into data sources, select our summary here, and we go over here and click filter. We add a condition to specifically filter our custom summary definition, and we want to choose our name to be sexual assault. And so now we're just getting our sexual assault numbers only. If we go back to our domestic violence dashboard, we need to change this. You can see the numbers are starting to duplicate here as well. So we actually need to filter this one here. So we go back into the designer, select dashboards, choose our our data sources, select the data source, and we want to filter this. I'm going to add a condition. And we want to filter this on domestic violence. Save that. And now you can see our numbers have now filtered. Now, once you've set up all these dashboards, WHIR will regularly regenerate this data every hour in the background as new data comes in. So as appointments are being created, as they're being confirmed and completed, as interactions are created, um, all these types of transactions that people are adding to the system, where will update this data and based on your customized summaries um, every hour on the hour, so you're getting timely information on these reports. So that just gives you a bit of an overview of how you can create your own customized reporting model, and then how you can create dashboards to sit over the top of them. Obviously, if we can create dashboards, we can create printable reports and all sorts of other ways to present your data once we've set up those custom summary definitions.